All right, everyone. It is, Michelle, I think it's Friday Eve.
It is.
And you made it back from your long stay at the airport.
Safe and sound.
Yay. But what was the temperature?
It was in the 70s. That's awesome.
Look, did she need to tell us that? You could have said, oh, it was so hot and unpleasant. All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, please stand and let me know you're here. If you don't answer, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Nicholas Ramirez is in custody. Luis Contreras, custody. John Harold Robinson. Thank you. Ryan Roman Valdez. William Recio. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Recio? Recio. William Joshua Recio. I should have asked Mr. Cabanas. Mr. Cabanas, how do you pronounce Recio? All right, I can't roll my arm working on that. Julio Smith. Okay, thank you. Gabriel Gobert. Ruben Cerna, custody. David Coyote Vargas. Thank you. Anthony Cochran. Oh, good morning. Joel Garcia. Celeste Bell.
She's present.
Where is she? Thank you. Juan Uribe. Samuel Albert, custody. All right, thank you. Alvoid Todd, custody. Herbert Morales Obando, custody. Amanda Champion, Mariah Lopez, custody. Jason Noel Gonzalez. Amel Sanchez. James Katina, custody. Richard Wallace, Marcus Lewis, Raul Juarez, Jesus Perez, Thomas Henson, custody. Stephanie Cle.
She's in
Plea,
custody.
Your Honor.
All right,
That's
thank,
the information I have. Ray being custody.
all right, thank you. Kevin Newanfelt, custody. Destiny Valadez, custody. J. Angel Juarez.
Here.
Kevin Wright, custody. Greg Wright, Zachary DK, or custody. Ajay Gore. I thought we handled that previously. Okay. No. I think he may be by Zoom. I'm not sure. We'll see. All right. Is there anyone whose name was not called or you came in late? What's your name? Sean Griffin.
Judge, that's the compliance.
All right. Anyone else? All right, everyone. These are the rules of the court. Attorneys, if you follow these rules, things will run so smoothly. We'll probably be out of here by 11, maybe 10. Criminal trial division files are there. Family violence files are there. Just grab your file, place it on the table, have a seat. They're going to call you up in the order of appearance. Once you confer with your client and confer with the state, and if they're on probation, confer with probation. And if there's a plea, still confer with probation. Then you'll be ready to approach the court. What you do is just go over here to my right, ask them to pull your file, have a seat. You'll be called in the order of appearance. The only exception is if your client wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English. If that's the case, you'll be called out of order as soon as the interpreter is here. Please do not talk behind the court reporter when we're on the record. You're nowhere on the record because I will have called the style of the case. All you need to do is raise your hand. The deputy will see you and they will move your client down on this end where the Pittsburgh Steelers fan is. If you guys were here yesterday, Dallas Cowboys fans said, you're all not going to do anything this year. So
Every year is their year. Every year is their year.
Jason, I'm trying to start some conversations because when people have conversations, we're able to meet somewhere in between and know that the Saints are going to be running things this year. So- all right, and then, and then if you see the sign with Miss Ferguson, please do not approach over there when we're on the record, because I want to make sure I'm 100% focused on the attorneys and their clients who are before me. So it's Friday's Eve, which means when Friday comes, the weekend is pretty much over. So let's enjoy this day. Let's be kind to each other. Everyone, please confer. All righty.
Witness, please file with her, please.
Oh, John, they're gonna bring her out.
Oh,
They're not?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
you know why?
Wow.
Well, they have gotten a phone call from apparently the public defender. My office got a phone call from apparently a prosecutor at the jail saying she was being in processed on a new charge this morning.
Oh,
So she's in that gray zone where we can't get her and we can't contact her, so.
all right. Do you want to bring her back on Monday?
I'm at the court's disposal.
No, I mean, let me know. I can, the earliest
She's
that I can.
got, two cases. I think one's an MTR and one's a new case here. And then she possibly has a family violence charge.
All right. So if you want to go ahead and confer with them, and what I'll do, if you have no objections, I'll bring her back on Monday.
I'll do it.
All right. So we'll put her down for August 26th. And if she's released from custody, do you have the ability to contact her?
I will try to.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, on Stephanie Cle, sorry, on Stephanie Cle, we're gonna bring her back on August 26th. All right, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay. What?
The assault of that
The assault of that.
All right, just give me a moment. Hey, Mom. Oh, thank you so much for telling me. Appreciate you, Mom. Have a good day. Okay, bye-bye.
It's okay.
What page is Cleed on, please?
She's on page 6.
All right, thank you. All right, who's here on Celeste Nicole Bell? All right, and if she can come forward, please. Counselor, you're on this side.
Been a while since I've been in here.
No, that's okay. Deputy said it, for security reasons, it's best that you're on this side.
You can trust me, Judge.
Oh, I didn't mean that laughter as, ha ha, I can't trust you. It's more of,
Well, I am a Cowboy fan.
oh, Bashan, we have a Cowboy fan in our midst. That's
I'm not-
okay.
I'm not happy about it, Judge. I've been kind of born into it.
All right. All right, so where are we on discovery?
Judge, we're going to apply for pretrial diversion.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a PTD date on Celeste Bell, please. Let me see.
Can bring it back on September 23rd.
All right, we'll be back on September 23rd. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. I appreciate that. All right, just have a seat and your attorney will give you your reset form. You're welcome.
Judge, I'm on the jury monitoring docket for the civil side on divorce case that morning.
Okay.
Can I maybe move it to another day?
Well, what I can tell you, just have your client show up.
Okay.
And if everything is done with the processing, that's for us to make sure that the forms have been filled out.
So if I'm stuck over there.
Yeah, and I'll put a notation in the file.
So he has 3 indicted cases for which he posted bonds 2 days after his arrest. But the bond company filed an affidavit of surety to surrender. I do not find a scanned copy of that affidavit. And so I wondered if there is a copy in the court file. Because I would like to know why they requested to go off the bond.
Yes.
It's not.
All right.
All right. Who is here on Joshua Mele?
That was me, Judge. That was the one that we gave you the order the other day and everything kind of illegible. So I went back to the printer and got like the really good quality print.
Thank you, because
Something like
people
that.
would say, what is this, you know?
Yeah, well, I had to get Lauren to send it to me again. 'Cause it was on her end when she sent it.
Okay. All right, they'll give you a copy.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Patient Monday, I was trying to see. This makes sense to it. Oh, so then it's, that's what you're saying. 2024 zero 2675. So I'll say last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put the file in back, but probably stay in there.
Okay.
Keep it.
We never even spoke. No, yeah, no, it is the second degree, but it doesn't look like there's any notation that it's the. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, so no, we are. Yeah. That's the right behind you. Sorry.
I figured you were looking for, thank you.
Who's here on Sean Griffin?
That's the compliance hearing.
Okay,
Oh,
yes.
oh, you don't have anything.
No, that's okay. Let's see what's going on. Thank you.
So basically, Judge, just to give you an overall quickly, this is one that we were. The court received an extension for a year, and Judge, you did not want to extend him a year, you wanted to extend him 3 months.
Mhm.
But you wanted to call a compliance hearing.
Okay. So, Mr. Griffin,
Yes, ma'am.
I know your issues with fees,
Mhm.
but they're telling me that you're testing positive for marijuana.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Positive.
So do you want to be revoked?
No, ma'am.
Then you need to stop using marijuana.
Yes, ma'am.
If you were not using marijuana, this probation would have been done. So how often are you using?
Daily.
All right. So we're going to extend you, and this is what I want. We're going to extend you for 3 months. You better stop using.
Yes, ma'am.
And probation, I'm going to want him tested for levels. And you're going to do 90 sober support meetings in 90 days. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And why are you being extended? Why do you think you're being extended?
They get you compliant.
Yes. So all of this is completely up to you,
Yes, ma'am.
whether you end up at the Bexar County Jail or whether this is done in 3 months. It's completely up to you. If you continue to use, not going to be good. And what I can tell you is when people have children, and I see that you pay child support, that's a good thing. But I'm sure your children, if you have any visitation with them, they smell marijuana. They smell marijuana in the home. They smell marijuana on your clothes. That is not good for them because in Texas, the use of marijuana is illegal. And that's sending a message to them that it's okay to break the law. And the last thing they need is to have a parent who's going to the Bexar County Jail because they can't follow the rules. And then if you can't follow the rules, how really can you teach them to follow the rules and why it's a good thing to do? Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Abrams, is there anything else?
Judge, how would you like to address the community service hours in the parenting class?
All right. You need to complete that parenting class. And if you complete the parenting classes, then the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. But you need to start on those parenting classes. Why haven't you started?
I looked up a parenting class on Google. I didn't know it was a certain one that I had to do until I brought it to my probation officer and she gave me a card and she said that was the one I was supposed to do and it was $85 and I haven't had the $85 to pay for it yet.
Okay. Well, Ms. Abrams will tell you maybe of some more parenting classes that are maybe less expensive So she'll go over that with you. All right,
Yes, ma'am.
and obviously that parenting class didn't work. Because if it did, you would know that you're supposed to be following the law so that your children can look up to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Do you want your children to be proud of you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then that's what you need to do. Okay? And stop thinking that the Chicago Bulls are going to be doing anything. They could. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan.
Judge, how often do you want him tested for love?
We'll test him day to get a baseline. And then do you all want to test him every 2 weeks?
That'll be fun.
All right, so they're going to test you for a baseline. They're going to test you every 2 weeks. If those levels go up, what's going to end up happening is a warrant is going to be issued for your arrest. You're going to be taken into custody. If you don't bond out, you're going to come over in orange at the box, and then you're going to tell me why you can't stop using marijuana. You have a choice to make. Do you potentially want to go to Bexar County Jail? If the answer is yes, continue to use marijuana. If you don't, stop using marijuana. You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Is there anything else that we can do for you so that you'll be successful? All right, good luck to you. You're welcome.
Mr. Deborah.
And yeah, so that way, because I have another 14.
Thank you. All right, who's here on Raul Juarez? Good morning. Are you all ready to proceed on the motion? Okay. Have you all talked with probation?
Yes, I told Sean this morning.
All right, what's the reason for the withdrawal?
Due to the difficulties in proving some of the contact with Snapchats, we need the screenshots. We don't have them to provide to defense. And then we are not ready to proceed with putting up the new number yet.
Okay.
Because we don't need to provide it.
All right, so with regards to the new number one, at some point, is this gonna be refiled or no?
Wait, it's already filed, Your Honor, it's been indicted.
Okay, I mean, the motion to,
Oh, yeah, but
the motion to revoke, because if the court signs this motion to withdraw, the court is not going to allow the state to then come back with another motion to revoke with the same. All right. So with regards to the alleged contact he has with the complainant, is that the same complainant
yes, Your Honor, from the new number one, yes,
and the same complainant that's
yes.
with the motion to? All right. Mr. Juarez,
Yes, Ms. Boyd.
how old are you?
I am 54 years old, ma'am.
All right, so here's the thing. They're asking to withdraw the motion. All right?
Mhm.
They're saying they can't prove up the allegations.
Yes, ma'am.
This is what I'm telling you, and I don't know why people don't understand this. There's to be no contact.
Yes, ma'am.
That's by phone. That's sending flowers to apologize. That's sending notes just because. That's trying to woo somebody back. They don't want you anymore. And I'm telling you, even if they do want you, you cannot contact them while you're on this probation. Do you
I
understand?
understand it, ma'am.
Is there anything you do not understand?
I did come in contact with the San Antonio Police Department, ma'am, in regards to her visiting my residence.
Mhm.
And their response, and this is where I got confused. I know probation has the rules, but the San Antonio Police Department, when I called on multiple occasions, they informed me that I need to, they wanted to charge her with criminal mischief because she did damage to my residence
Mhm.
and my vehicle, but they needed me to maintain her there. And I know there's, I understand probation does not want me to have any contact, but this is where I was confused.
Well, this is what I want. Well, this is a suggestion.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not your attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
If she tries to contact you, then what you should do, one, call the police.
Yes, ma'am.
Number two, call probation and say, just so you know, this person is at my house right now.
Okay.
I'm sure probation has her contact information. And then call your attorney and say, this person is at my house. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else that you don't understand that needs to be cleared up?
No, ma'am. Thank you so much, Judge.
All right. With regards to those withdrawal probation, is there any conditions that need to be added?
No, Judge.
All right. All right. And state, do you have contact with the complainant?
Yes,
All right. If I have no jurisdiction over her, but she shouldn't be having contact with him if that's the case. And if you'll let her know that I'm going to sign the motion to withdraw. All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing, Judge.
All right. Thank you. You're welcome. Do I have the motion to withdraw
You
yet?
just signed it, Judge.
All right. Thank you. I take people in the order of appearance. Yes.
In my calendar.
I'm sorry, what?
176, so I went down there and I got the MTR.
Oh, well, you know, I'm waiting, so Deputy Laura said that means you are dying. But I've already had breakfast, but I do like it, but I've had breakfast, so I can't eat anything else right now. But hey, it's always there for lunch or dinner.
Yeah, or if I.
Yay, thank you very much.
Yes, yeah, I don't want it to seem like I'm going. It's just because I can't read, so.
Oh, that is so awesome. Yeah, please come in and practice.
Mr. Allen?
No. Okay, so. Okay. Sorry. I guess we can move on.
All right, who's here on Ruben Cerna? All right, if you'll come forward, please. Yes, where's your client?
They will say he refused to count.
Oh,
This is, you gave him, to today.
oh, no, just 1 second. Deputy Mejia,
Yes, sir.
is he in the back or is he at his cell?
He's at the jail. He refused to tell.
All right, can you let the deputies know that he needs to be brought over? All right, thank you. They're gonna bring him over. We'll call you when he gets here.
Okay, he's at the main jail.
Yes, he's at the main jail. They're gonna force him to come over.
Okay.
All
All right, Judge. Thank you. Maybe excuse.
Yes, we'll call you when he arrives. Samuel Albert,
Morning, Judge, for president. No, what am I doing with that file?
hello. Hi, good morning. All right, today is the plea deadline date. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Also, and I filed these motions to set bond
Okay,
on August 15th. We had another hearing on a bond motion. The court subsequently appointed me on these remaining cases. So
Yes.
now I'm counsel of record for Mr. Albert's cases.
Mhm.
Mr. Albert asked me to file a motion to set bond on these cases. I confirmed with the state and it appears that we have an agreement
okay.
to set bond on these cases that I handed to the court. That bond amount being $5,000 on each one.
All right, just give me a moment and we'll go on the record. Just 1 second.
Yes, Your Honor.
Excuse me, do you all have a Kleenex over there? All right. You know, when you have something on your glasses, it's not good. My glasses are actually for distance, so whenever I'm reading, I have to take them off. And my ophthalmologist said, we can put a line. I'm like, absolutely not. He's like, nobody will see it. I'm like, no. And he said, when you get tired of taking your glasses on and off, you'll let us do that. And you know what I told him? Never gonna happen. All right. So the motions that you filed, these are the cases that do not have bonds?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I don't have cause number 2020 CR 10550. And the other one is 2020 CR 10551. All right, we're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2020 CR 10550, 2020 CR 10551, CM 118347, CM 118206, CM 11820, State of Texas versus Samuel Joseph Albert Jr. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense.
Good morning, Judge. Alfonso Cabañas for Samuel Joseph Albert Jr.
And are you Mr. Albert Jr.?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're here on several cases, but on the cause numbers that the court has read into the record, we're here, the defense is asking that a bond be set. Defense, so you're saying he doesn't have a bond in either of these cases?
Yes, Your Honor. On all the DC 2020 cases the court cited and the CM cases, there's no bond set.
All right, state, have you had a chance to review the defense's motions? All right, do you have any objection to the court setting a bond? All right, and my understanding, you all have agreed upon a bond, is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
And is that in each cause number?
My understanding it's a bonds amount of $5,000 on each count or on each case number. Is that right, Andrew?
That is correct.
All right.
Those cases are sentenced?
Oh, just
We
for a
haven't seen it?
moment.
Okay.
All right, we're back on the record. And excuse me, Deputy, could you have this attorney? All right, so the agreement is $5,000 in each cause number, is that correct?
It is, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any requests for conditions? State?
GPS partial tracking.
All right, are there any no contact orders in place with regards to the locations? All right, if you all could make sure you give me the addresses for that, I'll put it in the order. So state if you can get me a list of each case, what the address is, and I'll make sure that that's placed in the order.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Albert, I have a few questions for you. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Samuel Albert.
All right, do you have employment?
No, ma'am.
When's the last time you were employed?
January.
Okay. Have you ever used any type of drugs
No, ma'am.
in the past? No marijuana?
No, ma'am.
No
I'm smoking.
alcohol?
Sorry.
All right.
I'm smoking.
If you're released, do you have a place to stay?
Yes, ma'am.
Who would you be staying with?
Mother of my child, my girlfriend.
Did you pick up the phone and ask her if you can stay with her?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you say yes, ma'am. Sometimes people don't, they just assume.
We talk every day, ma'am.
All right, so she's willing to have you stay with her.
Yes, ma'am.
And how many children are in that home?
Well, she has one by me.
So how many children are in the home?
One.
So there's only one child.
Yes, ma'am. I have 6, but one with her.
And what are the ages of the 6 children?
Well, I have a 10-year-old, I have a 4-year-old, I have a 3-year-old, I have a 2-year-old, and I have 18, well, he 18 months, not 2. And I have one that's just born in July 12th, and I have a pregnant baby mama.
My gosh, wait a minute. 10, 4, 3, 2, 18 months, and then the 1-year-old.
Yes, he a newborn July 12th.
18
Wait.
months, a newborn judge,
Yeah.
and then he has a pregnant girlfriend.
All right, so let me just see. So the person you're planning on living with, she has the 1-year-old.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have 10, 4,
Yes, ma'am.
3, 2, 1 years, 18 months, a newborn.
The 2-year-old is the 18-month-old. I had to say this too.
Okay, so 10-year-old, 4-year-old, 3-year-old, 2-year-old, a 1-year-old, a newborn, and someone who's currently pregnant.
Yes, ma'am.
And the currently pregnant person is not with the 1-year-old.
No, ma'am.
All right, just as a side note, I'm just curious. So the mother of your child, she's aware of the fact that you have a newborn. And she's aware of the fact that you have someone else who has a baby on the way. All right, you're just being fruitful and multiplying.
Yes, ma'am.
What, I mean, what are you thinking?
I just be, I mean, I don't know what I be thinking, man. I just wanna,
Be fruitful and multiply, I guess.
sorry.
He's following the book of Genesis, Ron.
Well, no, I'm just, the reason why I'm saying this is because isn't there some drama that's going on? But how many mothers,
I have 5 baby mother,
five people who are mother your children?
One of them got 2 children.
So, and these 5 mothers don't have any drama or complications?
Yeah, it'd be like, well, I be bouncing around, so a lot of them I'm not together with no more. We just co-parent. And
And then others you are more than just co-parents.
yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm just asking to figure out what to do. All right. I always wonder when people have children, you have a newborn, somebody who's pregnant on the way, and there's a 1-year-old, 2, 3, 4, and then a 10-year-old. There's a lot of overlapping going on. And I always wonder if the current mother of the 1-year-old who's saying you can stay with her, if there's drama. Because I'm telling you right now, if there's drama, what's going to end up happening is you're probably going to violate your bond conditions.
No, it's not gonna be in the drama.
All right. And you have all these children you're going to have to financially support.
Everybody, I mean, yes, ma'am. I have to be that for them.
All right. Do you have any mental health issues? Have you ever been diagnosed with any type of mental health issues?
No, ma'am.
All right. Any gang issues?
No, ma'am.
All right. What is that tattoo? Shoot. What does it say?
Oh, it say shoot first.
What? Shoot first, ask questions later?
No, ma'am. I got it. I was young when I went to the pen. I had been shot up before.
Reminder, we are on the record.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. She's talking to other people in the box.
It was a mistake I got when I was 17. I went to the penitentiary.
All right. So what did you go to prison for?
Regular rehabilitation.
Okay. All right. So the court is going to follow your agreement to a $5,000 bond in each of the cause numbers. The court is going to order full GPS. I'll ask that the fees be waived. Counsel, if he obtains employment, then the court will, of course, allow him to work because he has a lot of children he needs to support.
Goes wrong.
And then I'm going to order no contact with all of the places that are listed in the police reports. And there is to be no unsupervised contact with minors. So with regards to your children, you're not able to take them to the park by yourself. It'll have to be, their mother will have to be with them, or either your parents will have to be with them, or either their mother or whatever relative they have will have to be with them to supervise. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. May I have a question?
Sure.
When you say full GPS, is that like a house? I mean, like.
Oh, yes. It's like being at the Bexar County Jail, only you're at your home.
Because I have, I'm not from Bexar County. I'm from Houston, and I also have a case in Kendall County. That's why I was like, I don't like, I have to like come because when I got arrested here, I got arrested April 22nd. I had to drive out here to come to court.
So where are you going to be staying?
Well, I got family out here, but I was hoping to go back home with my family in Houston.
Well, is the mother your child in Houston?
I'm not from San Antonio at all.
All right. Any objections to him being in Houston, Texas? They'll still give him GPS in Houston. All right. So I'll do partial GPS. It's for attorney appointments and court appearances only. So if you need to meet with your attorney, or if you have to show up to court in Kendall County, that's what it'll be for. And I really don't have to put court appearances in there because if you're at court and your GPS goes off, they'll be able to see that you're at court. And if they call you, you can say, hey, judge, my GPS, they're telling me I need to leave. And the judge will say, no, he's in court. He's staying here. All right. Is there anything else?
Not from defense counsel, Judge.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, on his indicted cases, do we have a court date for Mr. Albert?
Which was today, Judge?
All right,
You see, these have been-
so today was your plea deadline date. I'll extend it because I know you've been recently placed on his other cases, Mr. Cabanas. So Ms. Ferguson, give me 1 week for a plea deadline date, please. I'm sorry, not 1 week, 1 month.
23rd, September 23rd.
All right, so we're going to be back on September 23rd. You will need to be here in person in court on September 23rd. Do you understand? All right, do you have any questions about anything? All right, so attorneys, before you leave, if you can make sure you give me the addresses or locations where he is not to appear. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to have a copy of the order and you need to make sure that you abide by those orders. Do you understand?
Yes,
All right. Is there anything else? I'm sorry, what? Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It happens.
Nothing related to these cases.
All right, thank you. All right, if you all will write down those addresses and locations for me.
we'll get that done, Judge.
Hey, you need to get diamond, that's diamond on your teeth? Real diamonds? All right, you need to get real diamonds on your teeth, then maybe you'll do better in the dating pool.
I am.
Okay, all right. All right, thank you.
They did two different groups, 4/7. One is the fair, the week that they can only do it like this. And that's-
Oh, it's the basic.
They might not abide by that. So I just need to do another adjustment.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Bigger.
All right, and Mr. Cabanas,
Yes, Your Honor.
here are the judgments for those cases.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you'll, I think that's a copy, I'm not 100% sure.
Thank you, Judge.
Who's here on John Harold Robinson or Robeson? Good morning, how's it going?
It's going well. I'm here for George Shorman. on this
All right,
case.
how's football season gonna be for y'all?
I'm going undefeated. You should know that. You should know that, Judge.
All right, Bashan, Texas A&M is in the house. So Texas Longhorns, beware. Okay.
Yeah. George is don't worry.
Oh,
I'm a Longhorns.
oh, hey, wait a minute, your client's a Longhorn? What? That's okay. I'll give you a pass.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. So we're here today for discovery. Who's the prosecutor on John Harold Robinson? I'm sorry, Robeson?
I've heard it all my life.
Okay. So on this one, do we know where we are on the
Yes, Judge, on,
lab discovery or?
yes, we filed our motion for blood discovery. It was received by the court in the system on July and in July.
Yes, July 25th.
Yes. And according to the clerk, there was, I don't know if it's a Odyssey issue or what, but there's a lot of things aren't making their way through.
Mhm.
So I don't think an order was signed or has been signed. So I think
An order was
it
signed.
was, we were just looking at it and couldn't find
No,
it.
no, no.
Okay, good.
An order was signed because it says on my, that's why I write
Okay, great.
everything down.
Good.
Order for labs, signed, occupational license, granted,
Yes.
recalled August 22nd to make sure everything is updated.
Okay, good.
So is the order somewhere lost?
I can, go ahead.
I apologize for the order. A scanned copy of the order was not uploaded to Odyssey. I do not know why.
Odyssey strikes again.
The case management system also does not reflect that there is a signed occupational license order.
All right, and that has been granted and signed. So if you all want to refile the occupational license, the court will sign it and state, if you'll sign off on that, I'll re-sign another order for lab discovery and defense. If you will make sure that you get a copy of it
Okay.
so that you'll have it.
Do we need to bring you the paper copies to sign? Judge, or
Oh, no,
just
he's giving
that?
it. I'm gonna sign it right now
Okay, great.
and the clerk will give you a copy.
Okay, thanks.
And I think Mr. Sharman should have a copy of the occupational license because it's been signed and it's been signed twice. If I were to sign it again, it would be the third time. My mind is a steel trap. I've signed that occupational license twice.
You going in the mail.
You got, yeah, he's got it. That's all taken care of.
All right. And this discovery order,
Yeah, it's a temporary.
this is going to be the second time that I signed this order. So I'm signing it again.
Thank you.
Ms. Ferguson on Robeson. Could I have this recalled in 30 days for discovery? All right, we'll be back on September 23rd. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Yes.
And I forgive you for being a Texas Longhorn. I don't know about your Aggie attorney, though.
Thank you very much, Judge.
All right, thank you. And the clerk will give you a copy of this order.
816.
Let me see what page is he on.
First page.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
And I was an accountant. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Darren Johnson. Hello, where's Mr. Johnson?
That's Miss Johnson. She's not set today.
Okay.
She's set on Monday.
All right, I got your request and I'll sign it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
I've talked with Daniel as well, so
Okay,
there's a video. I'm just trying to get clarification on.
okay, sure.
Just so you're aware, right now I am burning all the discovery on the live drive.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll check out with the judge.
All right, the clerk will give you a copy of this.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He needs a copy of that. Thank you.
Got it.
Oh, just give me a moment.
No, you haven't been told that very often, right?
Oh, you'd be surprised. I was once told I was asking for too much. When I said, am I asking for too much to have witnesses here? Yes, Judge, you are.
I don't know where I was. I think I must have been at county court, but on the
tag here, it was telling the defense attorneys, do not use your cell phone during a plea. And I'm like, what is that?
Oh, you'd be shocked.
Oh. I remember when Ray was on the bench in county court, there was somebody who is now, I think, on the fourth court of appeals. During a plea, answered the call, Judge, I'll be back. Right in the middle of a plea, he goes, I guess we'll wait.
Oh, my gosh. All right, in council, I go in order.
Okay.
All right.
Who do you have?
Richard Wallace.
Nope.
Richard Wallace. Who's the attorney on Richard Wallace?
This is for Alvoid.
All right, thank you. Yeah, could you hand me that document that's being printed? Thank you. All right, Mr. Wallace, if you'll take a seat for a moment, please. Defense, if you're, yes.
That's all you are.
All
So,
right.
and prosecutors had it too.
Oh, you all need to, if you all will sign on the
Oh,
bottom,
okay.
that you all have no objections.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Or if you all don't want to sign, we can just put it on the record that
No.
you all have no objections.
I'd rather do this. So,
All right, all right, thank you.
I want to clean it up once and for all.
All right, thank you. Okay. Oh, we'll see what it is and then they can give it to me. All right, thank you.
Another question.
Yes,
Did you want us to sign this? Because there's no space for it. Sign
we can just put it on the record. Yeah, that may be easier, but we'll make sure it's on. the-
I want it signed by the court.
Yes, no, it will most definitely be signed and we'll put it on the record.
Okay.
All right, are the parties ready on Richard Wallace?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Jason,
Yes.
on this case, there were some issues.
I heard.
Yes. So what has been prepared is a judgment, non pro tunc. And we're going to keep, if there are no objections, we're going to keep the way it's written in the motion to revoke with the assault, reckless breath circulation with a previous conviction. And then it's going to be as though it's a second-degree felony. And that the punishment in place is going to be 6 years instead of the 7 that's listed in the judgment, because the way the plea paperwork was done before my time, before you all's time, it's sort of all over the place.
That's what I've heard.
Okay,
I just gotta grab the NCR.
all right, sure.
Separated. You separated for gift.
All right, Judge.
All right, court is calling 2018 CR 7000 State versus Richard D. Wallace. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense,
Michael Collins, attorney for defendant, present and ready.
and are you Mr. Wallace? All right, let's start off with the plea paperwork and with the judgment. There were some corrections that needed to be made to the judgment. Mr. Wallace, I know that your attorney has explained this to you. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right, but I'm going to put it on the record to make sure that everyone is on the same page. So in the judgment, this is listed as an assault, family choking, strangulation. However, the offense of your the offense for which you were convicted is going to be assault, intentionally or a reckless breathing to stop circulation, family violence with a previous family violence conviction. Is there any objection from either party to changing the current judgment to that convictions, to that offense? State?
No.
Defense?
No objection, John.
And the code section is going to be 22.01 of the Texas Penal Code. Any objection to that being the statute for the offense? State? Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Wallace, do you have any objection to anything that the court has placed on the record so far? Now, with regards to punishment and place of confinement, it's going to be corrected to show that it's 6 years TDCJID and a fine of $1,500, imprisonment, institutional division. Any objection? State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense? Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Wallace, any objection? Any objection to the court signing the judgment non pro tunc as with those corrections? State? Defense?
No, Your
Honor. The court then is signing the order, and if either party needs a copy, the clerk will prepare a copy so that you all may have it. Next, we're going to proceed. Now the court is going to proceed with the motions to revoke. Mr. Wallace, did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision, First Amended Motion to Revoke Community Supervision, and Second Amended Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Richard D. Wallace who was placed on community supervision in 2018 CR 7000 for the offense of assault, intentionally or reckless breathing, circulation, family, with a previous conviction on December 17, 2018 for a term of 7 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Your Honor, on the Second Amendment motion to revoke. Violating condition number 1, on or about the 20th day of June 2024, Bear County Texas, the defendant Richard D. Wallace committed the offense of possession of controlled substance violation of condition.
All right, to that offense, how do you plea? True or not true?
True.
State?
Your Honor, we'll waive any violation.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 6 years in prison
Yes, Your Honor.
and up to a $1,500 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, for your client
Yes,
and state. Knowing this, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Sure.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
However, the state is TIC taking into consideration 3 different cases. County Court 14 case number 722471, and that's a theft case, and then also a possession of controlled substance case as 2024 PF 04139, which we have pled true to, and that's a possession case, and another possession case of 2024 PF 04140. And Your Honor, the state is recommending revocation.
All right, and defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor,
my client was put on, it's a 7-year length of probation back on December 17th, 2018. Shortly thereafter, starting April 11th, 2019, he was sent to safety. He completed safety, did 186 days in safety, Your Honor, completing it on October 14th, 2019. Beginning on October 14th, 2019, he was then sent to residential aftercare, which he did for 60 days, Your Honor, completing that on December 13th, 2019. Beginning on December 13th, 2019, and ending on August 18th, 2020, my client did set safety outpatient aftercare, Your Honor. If you look at his the motion to revoke, Your Honor, or the court summary, he was testing clean for a long time, Your Honor. He tested clean from December 17th, 2019 until July 23rd, 21. We did have one positive during that time period, Your Honor, 19 months. Right after that, my client, he hooked up with some lady that he knew or met. She was heavily into drugs. He relapsed, Your Honor. And as you see on the testing after that, it went downhill, Your Honor. Started testing positive, failed to submit, all those kind of things until.
Was her name Eve?
What's her name?
Janelle?
All right, I always say, was her name Eve because,
Oh, the temptation.
Yes. That's, we
Not this
blame
time.
women
Not this time, Your Honor.
for leading us astray.
No, he realizes he made a mistake in being with her and relapsing. What we're asking for, Your Honor, he realizes he has a problem here with the drugs, Your Honor. He safety did him good, Your Honor. He came out, he was doing fine. He liked another chance. I believe in talking to the probation officer, there is another, like a relapse program or something like that they have through safety or something similar to that. And he's more than willing to want to get into that program and get himself some help, Your Honor. He still, of course, has until December of 25 at this point, if the court does not extend his probation. But of course, if the court extends it, he would have still a lot more time on probation.
All right, probation. What is probation's recommendation? All right. So is there anything you wish to say, Mr. Wallace?
Yes, ma'am, Judge.
All right, you can raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Richard D. Wallace.
All right, what would you like to say?
Just want to say, Judge, that come before you today that when I got out of prison, I did 9.5 years of a 10-year sentence. And that was 2017 when I was released. When I was released, I only stayed out. I came out with 6 months parole. And I came back to jail in 4 months. When I came back in 4 months, that's when I picked up that charge, the choke and strangulation. It's given a chance, sent to safety. It did me some good. I did everything in my willpower to promise my family that I was going to succeed and finish this probation successfully because I had a courtroom full of family support. And I understand that I met somebody. Got with somebody as soon as I got out. I got with a good woman, and she helped me save money. I was working. I was doing everything. But I happened to relapse, and then from there.
Well, let's back up a minute. The good woman you were with.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the same woman who led you astray?
No.
So you preferred someone to lead you astray over to the good woman who was there for you always.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can continue.
And well, she tried to tell me to stop doing the drugs, but I was ready to hooked on drugs that's all I really cared about. And she got tired of it. She kicked me out. I went back to my mom's. I hooked up with this girl. And then from there, I just drowned myself in drugs. And after that, Your Honor, I relapsed. And I was already, when I was going to probation, I was already in process. When I was coming out dirty, my probation officer had told me, well, I'm waiting for the courts to send me back on what they're going to do with you. So on that same day, that was a Wednesday, and 2 days later, I had a warrant put out for me. And well, that same day, I get a phone call. Well, that same day, I get locked up. I come to jail. I post bond because I was trying to get out before the MTR. So I get out. But this woman that I was with, Your Honor, and I'm just telling you the truth, man, it was over drugs. I didn't take her to the dope possible score. So we went to
Oh, no, here's the thing. Let me just tell you, the state didn't go over any of those allegations. They weighed them. So the only thing we're dealing with is your probation being violated because you were in possession of drugs.
And I mean, I just wanted to let you know how it went because it's the truth. And after that happened, came to jail, posted bond. The woman lied on me and said that I had hit her. She knew my rap sheet. I never touched the woman, never. So after that happened, I posted bond, and 2 days later, when I posted bond Monday, my probation calls me and asks me, she's like, how were you released if you're supposed to turn yourself in to Safe P because you were gonna go back? I said, ma'am, I never turned myself in, picked up another charge. So from there, she had said, well, let me call you back. Well, from then, my phone died out and I never heard nothing. So I just left it like that. So I stayed on the run for a year. And that's just the truth, Your Honor. The only thing is that I'm asking you is that my life and my future is in your hands, you know? And all I'm asking is a chance. I'm coming to you for help so you can help me so I could successfully complete this probation. And I'm asking you that it's you that has the authority, the control, and the power, that either you could help me, send me back to prison, or you can release me. And if it's in your will, to put me in an outpatient or rehab, and I'm willing to do whatever the stipulations that you want to give me, I'm willing to do. And I leave it to you, Your Honor. And just for the record, I just didn't feel that with the VA, I tried to explain this, but I didn't have the chance. So I said, you know what, I'll just put my life into your hands and I'll let you decide.
Okay. Any questions, defense? State, any questions? All right. Could I have those printed out pages, please? All right, the court is finding violation of condition number 1 true. I want you to know that I always listen, and people who come before me, I see every person who comes before me as a human being. I don't see people as criminals. That is why normally I will call people the accused, because that's what they are. I try to stay away from calling people defendants and giving anybody, be it for the state or the defense, certain labels, because I think once you start giving those labels, then your mind switches to a different place. So I see you as an accused person. And I understand that there's been help for you. And the reason, when you're sent to SafeP and other places, I know that once you successfully complete SafeP, they place you in outpatient treatment. And when those things are done, you've been given the tools to stay clean and sober. And those tools are calling your sponsor, calling your probation officer and saying, hey, I'm back in the throes of my addiction. Can you help me? And both the state and the defense know that people who are placed on probation with me, normally, if it's an addiction issue for them personally, they're not picking up new charges. They are not hurting other people. They're hurting themselves. I will usually try to work with you and get you to an inpatient treatment. And if people don't want it, they don't want it. We can say, I tried, the state tried, the council tried. All right, your case is something that's completely different. So I'm going to find number 1 true, take in consideration county court cause number 147. I'm sorry, take in consideration county court 14 cause number 722471, 2024 PF 04139, 2024 PF 04140. I'm going to give you credit for the time that was successfully completed in inpatient treatment, not the aftercare portion, just inpatient at SafeP. And of course, give you credit for any time served, which the court must do. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. I'm going to revoke you. I'll suggest the therapeutic community. You'll have to sign up for it. I have no jurisdiction to have you placed in that program. That program doesn't increase the length of time that you're in custody, but hopefully it will help you with your addictions. When you're released from prison, if you can't find a place for inpatient treatment, if you come back here, I will call around to make sure you get in place at an inpatient treatment facility. Does anyone wish to speak to length?
Yes, Judge, I mean, considering that it was suggested 7 before yesterday, states requested 6 years.
All right, defense.
Your Honor, in light of my client, having gone through inpatient programs, outpatient programs, aftercare programs, Your Honor, and coming to the court and explaining that he still has problems with drugs, being very forthright to the court, we'd ask that the sentence be closer to 2 years, Your Honor.
All right, the court will sentence you to 6 years in prison. Is there anything else with regards from sentencing for either side? All right. Did you review the state you may be excused? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is not a plea bargaining agreement. You do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is that it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on community supervision. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. I wish nothing but the best for you, okay? All right, thank you.
Your Honor, and of course, over and above the residential, the inpatient treatment that he got, days credit that he got, of course, he's gonna be getting all credit that he has been spent in custody.
Yes, you'll receive credit for the time that you've been in custody and also credit for any time in inpatient treatment.
Same.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And if you have any questions about that defense, just ask the clerks. They'll make sure he gets his time. Number one, my staff is not rude to people. If you think for some reason that my staff is being rude, you can approach and address it with me. Number two, to the accused who are in the courtroom, guess what? If your attorney is not present, if they have a vacation letter on file, the staff is not allowed to release you. I'm the only person who can release you. And if you leave the courtroom and do not return before you release, guess what's going to end up happening? A warrant will be issued for your arrest. I have cases that have been placed up here. I'm going in the order of appearance. I place everything in Odyssey. And as you can imagine, attorneys, I know you know, Odyssey moves very slow. So I'm going as quickly as I can. Thank you. Yes.
I texted you earlier. You can order.
Judge, I like that full purse today.
Oh, thank you. Okay, Norma. Oh, these cases you said they were closed, right? Yes. All right, so I don't need those. They're done. And I'm going to fill out the bond information on the other cases.
Thank you.
No. Just give me a moment.
I'm ready to approach sentencing for Alvoid Todd.
All right, state, I'm sorry, not state, Mr. Stateson. The state has filed this and they're saying that they want to re-indict. I need to know if you have any objections to that, and then I'll take you up.
Judge,
Yes.
this will be removed and we're ready to proceed with the sentencing.
All right, if you'll hand that back to them then. And just give me a moment. I need to put this order in the system. Hello. Thank you. All right, you too.
Bye. Oh, there.
Yeah. And I'm still working on putting Albert David stuff in. Okay. Oh, Marie, are you ready? All right. Are you all ready on Alvoid, Todd? All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 4678, State of Texas versus Alvoid. Todd, could I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense?
The attorney of record is Monica Godetto, Joseph Bateson covering, and Mr. Alvoid. Do you have any objection to me standing in place of Monica Godetto?
You need to speak up, sir.
No, ma'am.
All right, so where we were yesterday is the court had gone over the court admonitions with you. And then there was an issue with the stipulations.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes,
If I remember correctly, not yesterday, Tuesday,
yes, Tuesday, sorry.
and I do not remember which evading arrests contained in the stipulations. It was 6.5.
All right, what is in the stipulations for the evading is 615151.
Change the enhancement allegation clause number 26151.
Any objections, defense?
No objection, Your Honor. I had explained that to Mr. Todd. We do not object to that amendment.
All right, everyone, please whisper. We're on the record. And Mr. Todd, you understand that that's a substantive change to the enhancement allegation?
Yes, ma'am.
And that your attorney would have 10 days to prepare for trial with regards to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then the court will grant the state's motion without objection. And the previous court admonishments have been completed with Mr. Todd. So state, with regards to that, do you have any evidence to present? I'm sorry, Mr. Todd, how do you plea?
Not guilty.
No contest.
I'm sorry. Do you understand that with a no contest plea, basically what that means in layman's terms is you're not saying you're guilty. You're not saying you're not guilty. You're just not fighting the charges against you. And if the state produces evidence that shows you committed the offense beyond a reasonable doubt, then the court can still find you guilty. Did you understand that?
Yes.
So do you wish to plea?
No.
Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
All right, state, do you have any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement that the state will not be presenting any live witnesses? They'll be presenting their evidence in the form of witnesses' statements, police reports, and judgments.
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so according to the plea bargain agreement, as previously stated, your punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 12 months in the state jail facility. All right, State, do you have any evidence to present with regards to sentencing or any argument? All right, defense, do you have any evidence?
No evidence, argument.
Yes.
Your Honor, Monica Guidetto and I were here, as you know, till Tuesday after 5:00 p.m. Monica here had gone over this with Mr. Alvoid. This is an agreement that normally we would, when the state has a cap, we request a PSI. Monica and myself explained this to Mr. Todd, that we originally wanted to have the PSI. Mr. Todd was just to go forward right away, not wait for any evaluation in a PSI interview. He's letting you decide. And I had explained to him the range of punishment on the state jail now that the habitual is waived. No less than 180 days, maximum 2-year state jail facility. The punishment to cap 12 months. He's fully aware that it's between essentially 6 months to 12 months in your hands. Knowing this, we want to go forward today with the sentencing. There are some things that we would like to address for mitigation for lower end of the spectrum. This is a body camera video where he's at a hotel. He didn't destroy damage property. He didn't break a window. There's no criminal mischief. There's no victim in the sense of there's no assaults. There's no harassment of public servants. In the video, he was backing away slowly from an officer. He does turn his body. He does move away from the officer, but he then jumps into a large puddle of water and he's splashing water on himself. At no point have we ever had any type of concern for competency. He understands his charge. He understands the nature, the court process, our role. He speaks very well, but he had some type of episode, whether that was mental health or substances, but he pulls his pants down and he is washing himself in his nether regions, splashing water on himself and splashing some water towards the officers. The stipulations are correct. We say they're true and correct. He did run. He takes, it's hard to say running when the pants are still on his feet. He couldn't take a wide leap. He was tackled in the water, in the mud. It wasn't as if this is not a case where there's a high-speed chase. He gets out the vehicle and runs on foot. This is not that type of situation. He's remorseful that this happened. Watching the videos helped him realize his actions. He is asking for essentially all his back time credit to bring him to time served or close to time served. He's been in here roughly 6 months and he's asking for 9 months state jail facility, which would not be exactly time served. But I explained to him that he would be held here 30 or 45 days before he goes to any facility. He would be here a little bit longer, but he's asking for as close to time served as possible, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Todd, I don't know what was going on that night. I don't know if you were having a drug-induced mental health issue or if you were just having mental health issues. Would you like to address that for the court?
You're able to speak to the judge.
Yeah.
All right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Todd.
All right, what would you like to say, Mr. Todd?
At the time, I was going through some stuff. I was previously on, and I was going through some stuff at the time.
Previously on what?
On drugs, not at that time, but like 2 weeks before. And I'm looking for a place because I'm dealing with a lot of stuff. I was looking for a place to stay. And I gotta have no place. I lost my place. I lost everything within an 8-month period when my dad died. And ever since then, I started getting all this stuff. I just been dealing with a lot. So I'm not looking for any sympathy or anything, but I mean, like, it's like, I went through all this stuff. I finally started getting clean. I said I'm gonna get clean. And that's the 2 weeks I've been off. And then, because I was clean for 2 weeks at the time. And I was looking for me a place to stay, to get some rest, to get some sleep, because I was up for like 3 days because I had an ID. I couldn't get my ID. And I tried to get somewhere to sleep. And
So what is this? You're washing yourself in the mud and everything?
I was going through an episode. I mean, I can't explain this, so embarrassing. I never went through that.
No, I don't want to embarrass you. So when you say you lost your place, was your place with your father?
Oh, no, it was my own place. And
so how
I
did you
lost
end
my
up?
father, I lost my nephew, my son.
How did you end up losing
All
your
in, like,
place?
a week, 2 weeks period. And then everything just started coming downhill. I lost my family. They left.
All right, when you say they left, what do you mean?
Told me they didn't want me to be around them no more. None of them.
All right, so here's the thing. Sometimes when family members tell you that, that may mean that they're not going to enable you anymore if you're using drugs.
I haven't spoken to 8 years.
Hmm?
I haven't spoken to them in 8 years.
Yeah, so
I haven't seen them or anything.
so what that means is
You know,
they're probably maybe tired. And for them to want to have contact with you again, you will have to prove to them that you're clean and sober. And I'm sure if you look internally with yourself, they have probably done this game with you or this process with you where you get clean and sober and everybody sees you. They have a big celebration. Maybe they have a barbecue. You come, everybody's like, this is so great. And it goes well for you. You're going out looking for employment. And then either you don't get employment and then you go back to using, or either you get employment and then the next thing you know, coworkers at work invite you out, you all have beers, and then you're downhill. And then it comes around again. And they're probably tired of the cycle. And they just said, we can't trust you anymore and we're not going to build up our hopes. So you have to present with them being clean and sober for a length of time. Because otherwise they get their heart broken and they're just tired. You understand? All right, the court is going to note for the record, this wasn't in a vehicle. This is him running with his pants down and not getting very far, then falling into the mud, then the officers having to arrest him in the mud. And nobody likes doing that, getting all muddy and dirty. You understand? And it's more than that. When officers tell you to stop, you just need to stop. And guess what? If you would have stopped and answered their questions or not took off running, we wouldn't be here. Who knows? Maybe you would have had a possession less than a gram case. I do not know. But when you run, that then puts you with more and more charges. You understand? All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 9 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. I'll recommend the therapeutic community. You should really take advantage of that. And when you're released from custody, you need to go to inpatient treatment. There's lifetime recovery. There are other places. They are free. They will help you after you've completed inpatient treatment. They will let you go to transition housing at a sober living facility. That is what you need, and you need it 100%. Do you understand? And do not, when you're released from prison, get involved with other people, because you need to 100% work on yourself and find out who are you when you're clean and sober, and what dreams did you previously have that you have let your inability to remain clean and sober interfere with. Do you understand? All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. If you're released, well, you will be released. When you're released from the state jail facility, if you can't find a place for inpatient treatment, you can come back here. I will pick up the phone, call people so you can get into inpatient treatment. The last time you use may be the last time you use, and then guess what? Your family will get to meet you again because they're going to call them to have them come down and identify your body. You understand? All right, good luck to you, okay?
And Judge, you said credit for time served. correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who's here on Joseph Grosso? Yes, is your client still incompetent?
Yes, Judge. In fact, we've just did a DID. We have a hearing in Carruthers Court on Monday morning to go through that. He's going to initiate outpatient treatment with ACOG. But we're all involved with that. But I just wanted to bring it to the court's attention to get a reset for as long as we can. I briefly conferred with Mr. Edelman this morning, Judge, to let him know why I was approaching.
All right, Ms. Ferguson,
I'm sorry.
on Joseph Grosso, it's 2023 CR 8646. Could you give me a date in November, please? He's still incompetent.
Yes, ma'am. Slap. 25th. The Monday.
Is that the Monday of Thanksgiving week?
Yeah.
No, no.
She said that.
You want to do the 18th?
That's fine.
We can do 18. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I'm supposed to have my show visit with him on Sunday.
Juan Aribe.
I'm trying, but
Good morning. All right, on this case, it was reset because it's to see if there were surveillance videos. So did we discover that or no?
We did, in the sense that we learned that the pawn shop only took surveillance recordings for 3 months from the date of recording. And if there were any recordings, they were not saved past that 3-month time.
All right, any other discovery?
Not, Judge, I believe at this time we have everything. I think if we could get one more reset, the state wanted to reach out to the victim about an offer that we're discussing.
Yes, Your Honor, the last time that the state had contact with the plaintiff, she stated to us that she wants Mr. Uribe to have some.
Oh, I don't need to know what they want, but so y'all need another reset date to speak with the complainant again?
Yes, Your Honor, to specify what she that's what she.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can recall this in 2 weeks, please.
I'll do it on September 9th.
All right, we'll be back on September 9th. Thanks for dressing it appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right, thank you. Norma, what page is he on? Ah, I found it. Hey, I'm getting quicker. And Norma, an offer is due by the state on that day. All right, who is here on Newanfelt? All right, are you all ready to proceed on the motions to revoke?
Yes, we are.
Oh, my Cowboys fan is here. We were just discussing them. There's the Pittsburgh Steelers person you've been sitting next to. See how people can get along if they don't know who their teams are, I guess. All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 1478 and 2023 CR 5264. State of Texas versus Kevin Michael Newanfelt. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar, State of Texas.
Defense?
Milton Butler representing Kevin Newanfelt.
And are you Mr. Newanfelt?
Yes, Your Honor.
And each of the cause numbers, did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and the cause number ended in 1478. Are you the same Kevin Newanfelt who was placed on community supervision for the offense of assault family second offense on July 20th, 2023 for a term of 10 years?
Yes, ma'am.
And in the cause number ending in 5264, are you the same Kevin Newanfelt who was placed on community supervision for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on July 20th, 2023 for a term of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, state, in each of the motions, are you proceeding on the same allegation?
Yes.
Any objection to the state reading the allegation once and having your defendant plead true or not true to each of the cause numbers?
No objection.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, defendant Kevin Newanfelt, then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of March and April 2024 in violation of condition number.
How do you plead to that in each of the motions? True or not true?
True, Your Honor. Your Honor, state waives all the violation cases.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right. And the cause number ending in 5264, did you understand by pleading true to the violation, the court could find it true, grant the motion,
Yes, Your Honor.
and sentence you up to 8 years in the prison and up to a $500 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4 in that cause number?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true in the cause number ending in 1478? The court can find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 8 years in the prison and up to a $500 fine.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4 in that cause number?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Then in each of the cause number, the court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. The proposed agreement is a 60-day jail sanction. And serve 90 days.
All right, and probation?
Judge, that's what we discussed, but I do defer to the court.
All right, I'm not going to follow this agreement. I'm going to revoke you. He was previously here on January 23rd, 2024 for the same violation. It was a violation of condition number 4. At that time, the court denied the motion, altered and amended his conditions to include CPS compliance, no contact, sober meetings, and the UA hotline. And we are back here again for the same thing, his not reporting. He doesn't want to report.
Your Honor, I think you'd like to address the court on that issue.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Kevin Newanfelt.
All right, what would you like to say?
I wanted to let you know that I had a near death with my mom and family. She ended up getting a tracheotomy. Um, at that point in time, it was March. I did report in February after getting out in January. I reported in March. I reported February, I believe. March was when she went to the hospital. She didn't get out until April. And then right immediately after that, I lost my nephew that I helped raise as a son. He was a month before his 26th birthday. He's just him and my son are 2 months apart. My son just turned 26 in April as well. And I just kind of going in shock. I didn't relapse or anything, and I did try to get a hold of my probation officer. I was just hoping to get reinstated, and it's the last chance I could have to just follow through with probation and be a success story for it.
All right, the court is going to revoke you in each cause number. Does anyone wish to speak to punishment?
State of recommend sign.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, would request the lowest you can give me. The minimum.
All right, and each cause number, the court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. Each cause number will run concurrently. Let's see. The conditions was. And the cause number ending in 1478, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Deborah, Debra, Marie Newanfelt, and Pamela Perez. There's a $500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. And in the cause number ending in 5264, again, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. No contact with Deborah Marie Newanfelt and Pamela Perez. And there's a $500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? All right, you do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on community supervision. Because in each of these cause numbers, this is a felony conviction and also an affirmative finding of family violence. You're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. Maria? I do not understand why you can hear a pin drop when we're not on the record, but the minute we get on the record, everybody has a conversation. I don't know why that happens. And I'm sorry. Those are the files.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, who is here on Joshua William? I'm sorry, William Joshua Recio. The attorney for William Joshua Recio? All right, where's your client?
He's not here. Well, I need to check out the gate.
All right, we'll go on the record. Well, strike that. Do you know if he received notice?
I have not been in any contact with him, but
All right. Is this a PR bond or a commercial bond?
I can look that up real quick.
Because maybe if it's a commercial bond, if you could call the bondsman, I'm sure they have his contact number. So if you will do that, and then I'm sure they'll get him here quick, fast, in a hurry. It's just that some of the,
It's a commercial bond.
all right, if you could call them and see if he could get here quick, fast, in a hurry, I'm sure they'll have him here.
Sure.
All right, thank you. Who's here on Mariah Lopez? And where's your client?
She's not here.
Why not?
I understand that she refused to come.
All right, so we're gonna have her brought over by force. Have Miss Lopez brought over, and we're taking care of this today.
May I go to lunch?
Yes,
Back this afternoon then?
yes. Jason Gonzalez. Come forward, Mr. Gonzalez. And Norma, if you'll print out that order for me, please. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Gonzalez.
Hello.
Good morning. All right, today is discovery day. Have you received all of the discovery?
I've received the discovery as stated in discovery acknowledgement.
All right, thank you. State, were you able to tender an offer?
Yes, Judge, the offer has been tendered. We're hoping to get 2 weeks for speed deadlines. Hopefully, offer copies on.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 2-week reset on Jason Noel Gonzalez for a plea deadline date? All right, September 12th. On September 12th, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused. And by the way, did that neck tattoo hurt?
Yes.
And you just decided, I'm not going to stop at number 2. I'm gonna put the 07 up there as well. Obviously, yes. Is there something that comes after the 7? I didn't think so. Next time, I'm sure your attorney would probably tell you it's probably best if you cover that up because everybody knows what it means. You understand? All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, that's just to get notifications. Thank you.
Judge on David Marcus.
Gotcha.
All right, and that's done. All right, Jesus Pettis,
Yes, I'm here on,
come down. All right, are you already on the motion to revoke?
No, Judge, I'm asking for a quick reset. I was originally appointed to Mr. Bettis in 2015. I think the system is reappointing, and I wasn't sure if it was a real appointment or not, because like I had mentioned to Norma, I looked through my, through my emails and everything, and I couldn't find an appointment for him, but I noticed it under my bar number as far as settings that I have. I've not had an opportunity to speak to him. I spoke to him briefly, but notwithstanding, they did appoint me, and she was able to give me a copy of it, but I was not able to get it. So
So
today,
what are you asking for?
just a quick reset, Judge, if we can come back next week. I'm supposed to see him on Sunday. I have my jail visit scheduled with him for Sunday. So.
Do y'all want to come back on Tuesday?
Tuesday,
Thursday?
I have a.
Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday?
Monday is fine, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, are you able to recall this for Monday, the 26th? All right, we'll see you on the 26th.
No.
Thank you.
Sunday. All right, thank you.
I'll look at mine. Thank you.
Last year.
Okay.
All right, who is here on Marcus Lewis? All right, are parties ready to proceed on the motion to revoke?
Yes.
We're ready, right, Judge?
Maria, you ready? All right, court is calling 2021 CR 2710, State of Texas versus Marcus Pierre Lewis. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense,
David Andre Woodard for Mr. Lewis.
and are you Marcus Lewis? All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Marcus Pierre Lewis who's placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 2710 for the offense of assault, family second offense on February 11th, 2022? I'm sorry, for the 11th day of February, 2022, for a term of 6 years. Is that you? All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, we're proceeding on violation of condition number 2, that on or about the 3rd day of February 2023, in Harris County, Texas, the defendant, Marcus Pierre Lewis, defendant there illegally used a controlled substance, namely marijuana, in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Also, proceeding on one more condition, violation of condition number 4, that in Bear and or Harris County, the defendant, Marcus Pierre Lewis, defendant there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of June, July, August, September, and October. August, September, and October 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
We waive the rest.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objection, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation 2 and 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 2 and 4? Court will find violations 2 and 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is.
Yes.
The proposed agreement is revocation and for him to be sentenced to 4 years TDC, Your Honor.
All right. Is that the proposed agreement?
It is, Judge.
All right. Anything you wish to say, Mr. Lewis?
I would like a second chance on probation. I'm homeless. I don't really have.
I can take you under oath. Could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Marcus Lewis.
All right, Mr. Lewis, I understand what you were beginning to say, but this is the second time we've been here for you not reporting. All you have to do is pick up the phone and report. And the last time you were here in October 2022, I denied the motion. I altered them in conditions for mixed supervision, GPS for 60 days. I had the fees of GPS waived and wanted to do Haven for Hope, but you asked to be transferred to Houston because you had family there. You were transferred to Houston. And it amazes me that you can't find a place to stay, but you can find people to smoke marijuana with. When if there was an issue with you not having a place to stay, all you had to do was pick up the phone and call your probation officer. And I know that I tell people, especially when they have another motion to revoke in front of me, I definitely tell them that if there's any issue with your probation officer, you can just come back to the court or call the court instead of coming back to me and asking for mercy from the court, which I believe is what you're doing when you haven't followed through on anything. If you didn't want to end up going to prison, all you had to do was report. That's it. You had a choice to make. Do I use marijuana and potentially go to prison or do I not? You made a choice. You chose to use marijuana. Do I report and not go to prison? Or do I don't report and potentially go to prison? These are choices you made. And how old are you?
27.
You're 27. And so because of the homelessness issues you had, I took that in consideration and you're still not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Your attorney has worked out a great deal for you for the 4 years, because honestly, I was going to sentence you on the higher end of what was being asked. Now, there have come to an agreement for 4 years. Do you want to court to follow that agreement? Are you waiving your right to appeal? All right, the court then is finding 2 and 4 true. The court is going to grant the motion, sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. All right. I know there was a previous agreement for him to pay $100 to the Family Violence Center. He doesn't have any money for that.
We're participating in that.
All right. And there's to be no contact with Brianna, Breanna Miller. I'll ask for the therapeutic community. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yeah.
And did you sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction and also an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. If you don't have a place to stay, they have plenty of places for you to stay, and especially with your drug issues. And I know people think marijuana isn't a problem, but in the state of Texas, it's illegal. So they will take you into inpatient treatment. That'll give you a place to stay to get your head together. I'm going to request that you be placed in the therapeutic community. It won't increase the time that you're in custody at the jail or at the prison. But when you get at the prison, stop your thoughts from racing, get clean and sober at the prison. Don't get involved where you're using drugs at the prison, and figure out who you are, clean and sober, and make a plan so you won't end up going back to prison. You understand? All right, good luck to you. All right, I love the suit.
Thanks, Judge.
My mom always says, you know what? Seersucker, great. It's great for the weather.
It is, yeah, especially when it's 100 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Judge.
All right, have a good one. All right, who's here on Julio Smith? Julio Perez Smith.
Mr. Liao, you might have stepped out to another court, Judge.
All right, who's here on Anthony Cochran? All right, Mr. Cochran, come up. All right, State, did you tender an offer?
Judge, I believe in talking to defense that there's positions that we did not on.
All right, so I require an offer. They can reject it and we'll go from there. But so State, if you'll tender an offer today.
Yes, sir.
And then Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
I need a plea deadline date. Mr. Cochran, how old are you, sir?
26, ma'am.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, set this for 30 days for a plea deadline date. All right, Sep 23rd is going to be your last opportunity if y'all reach an agreement. After that date, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Oh, thank you. If you have the email address, it's just for notifications. Sure, thank you.
All right, let me see. William Joshua Rocio.
I think Mr. Aguilar is still contacting the bond.
All right. David Vargas.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Good morning. How's everything going?
Going good. I just spoke with Zach this morning.
Mhm.
We have a final offer.
Absolutely.
Final,
yes.
final
Final thought.
offer. Mr. Vargas's family are Spanish speakers. So I was gonna ask the court if we can have maybe a week, so I can meet with them and sit down in detail and get an interpreter in to explain all the repercussions.
All right, Miss
Maybe.
Miss Ferguson, if you can recall this for August 29th, please.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and that will be your final plea deadline date. After that, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
Good
you.
day. Yes.
All right, Norma, what page is Mr. Vargas on? Or either Yaya, do you see Mr. Vargas? Page 2. All right, page 2, thanks. I'm not gonna change my glasses. Allie, pretty soon you're gonna be in the same shape as I am with the glasses.
I think I'm getting close to maybe 5.
Ah. Well, Jason is gonna be in that situation as well, or maybe he's already there. I don't know.
I have to start putting my glasses on my head when I'm reading it.
Yeah. All right, who's here on Emil Sanchez? Emil Sanchez? Hi, come forward.
The Spanish speaker, but we just have an announcement.
Oh, your client's a Spanish speaker?
Yes. ma'am.
All right, Miss Ferguson, we need an interpreter. And is your client a citizen?
No. No.
All right, we're gonna get an interpreter down, then I'll call you right back up. All right, Miss Ferguson, they need an interpreter. Julio Smith? All right, who is here on Destiny Valadez? All right, are you all ready to proceed?
We are.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 7760, State of Texas versus Destiny A. Valadez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Matthew Brown, Your Honor.
And are you Miss Destiny Valadez?
Yes.
All right, you entered a plea on August 12th, 2024, no contest. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishments be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. The state is silent on your recommendations. On your recommendation. The state took into consideration 3 cause numbers. Both parties agreed to waive the PSI and just proceed on the TAP evaluation. Have both parties had a chance to review the TAP evaluation, state? Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection to the TAP evaluation, state? Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state is silent. Defense, do you have any witnesses?
We do not, Judge, just argument, and if you would like to inquire of the defendant.
All right, the court will hear argument.
So, Judge, having looked back at her criminal history, which is one of the things that you ordered 2 weeks ago when we were here,
Yes.
there is some history, and we can't deny that. But if you go back and look at it,
the most recent cases outside of the current ones were from 2016, and those are simple failed ID cases.
Okay.
There are no felony convictions for Ms. Valadez. There's a couple of items from 2013, 2011, 2010. So it's pretty old things, and it's all misdemeanors. We think that she would benefit from some structure, which I believe probation could provide her. She does have children that her mother is taking care of. Mother, she informs me, has told her that she could live with her. However, she's got to find a job before that happens. So Ms. Valdez has reached out to Haven for Hope and discussed with them the potential of living there should the court allow her to be placed on probation. And also we'd point out with the TAP that there's no drug and alcohol criteria for abuse or dependence, and that substance abuse is not, that treatment's not recommended at this time. So we would ask, based on those factors, that the court would grant the application for probation in this case.
All right. Anything you wish to say?
I just want to get a chance.
All right, you're whispering.
I just want to get a chance to help my mom, my kids, and be able to get a chance to get a job.
All right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Destiny and Valadez.
All right, so you say you want to help your mom with your children? How many children do you have? What are their ages?
21, 12, 10, and 9. And I'm also her grandma.
Wait, 21, 12, 10?
And 9.
And I'm assuming you're the grandmother from the 21-year-old? Okay, you're whispering.
She has 3 kids.
So she has 3 children. What are their ages?
5, 2, and 1.
All right, so maybe she was 20 with the 1-year-old. And then the 2-year-old, 19. And then we have a 5-year-old. Why is she having a child at that age? Where were you?
My mom actually adopted my kids.
All right, so why did your mom have to adopt your children?
Back in, what I say, 2012, I was going through some things with my father. Mental, physical abuse with him. He's no longer a part of my life.
All right, so anyway, if your mother adopted your children, that means there probably was a CPS case, correct?
Yes.
All right, so that means that you didn't do your CPS plan.
I did my CPS plan. My mom talked to me that it was best to do the adoption. She pushed for the adoption. If you were to look into my CPS, I was not terminated my rights. My mom asked me if I would sign.
No, your rights have to be terminated in order for your children to be adopted. There can be no adoption without termination of parental rights. And I know CPS normally does not terminate parents' rights because their spouse or their partner is abusive. Where the termination comes in is when you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, and they tell you that you can no longer be with the abusive spouse. And usually people go back to the spouse. You're smiling when I say that. So what happened? All right. So why are you being dishonest with the court and making it seem as though, oh, they didn't terminate my rights. I did everything and I wanted my mom to have my children, when in reality, no, in reality, they gave you a choice. You can go to jury trial. A jury will make a decision to terminate your rights or not, or either you can have your rights terminated and then someone else will adopt. And so what ended up happening is you chose your man over your children. That's what happened. So why are you pretending that you need to help your mother with your children when your rights have been terminated? She's the parent, not you. You are no longer their parent. You're their biological parent, but legally you're not their parent. And why are you stealing other people's identifying information? All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court previously stated the court had found you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility. Give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money. will not run concurrent. The court previously, according to your plea bargain agreement, is taken in consideration the following JN numbers: 6788324, 6788325, 6788326. There's to be restitution and no contact with Christopher Geyer, Geira. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Stop using your children. Stop using your children to get out of criminal cases that are of your own making. You knew that legally you were not the parents of these children. You knew that your mother was raising them. You're not raising them at all. And if you truly love your children, which I hope you do, the choices that you've made up till now shows that you put yourself above your children and put a man above your children. That's why your mother has them. But do one thing in your life for them. And this is what you should do. Don't go stay with your mom because you're not having your life in order. You have no plans to get your life in order. You're just there to continue this cycle of using people. You need to stop. Go to the state jail facility. Get your life in order. If you have a drug issue, get the drug issue in order. Don't come knocking on the door trying to be a parent. Don't go knocking on the door being a bad influence to your grandchildren. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. Thank you, counsel. All right, Rocio, who's here on Rocio? Any updates on Mr. Rocio?
At your request, Judge, I reached out to, want to make sure I get the name of it right. AA Best Bail Bonds, the lady who answered the phone after a lengthy hold. She didn't know anything about Recio. He had never texted with him.
All right. What I'm going to do is we're going to call this and we'll put it on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 00744, State of Texas versus William Joshua Recio. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Nick Aguilar on behalf of Mr. Recio.
All right, Deputy, could you make an announcement for William Joshua Recio? All right, thank you. All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 11:46 a.m. Defense, have you any contact with your client?
No, Judge, I have not. And I did contact the bail bond company, AA Best Bail, on 103. I don't know if it's North Comal or South Comal. The lady who answered the phone had had no contact with Mr. Rocio. I explained to her that the 187th was looking for him. He was doing court. She had no response, and I said the judge was very likely to issue a bond forfeiture, and she hung up.
All right. Was there an announcement made for Mr. Rocio in the hallway?
Yes.
And what was the response?
No response.
All right, state.
Your Honor, state would ask for a bond forfeiture.
All right, that will be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, counsel. Have a good day.
Have a great day.
All right. All right. That's Sanchez. All right. All right, if you could just go grab him and tell him to come in and I'll take it up.
Thank you.
Is it just me or is it hot in here?
Too much justice, Judge. Like a blanket.
I knew he was gonna say
Yeah.
something. Is it a weighted blanket? I don't know, but it's hot. All right, so he's more than just in the hallway, I think. Excuse me, are you okay if I take up this case? Because I guess he's somewhere in the hallway. All right, thank you. All right, the party's on Amanda Champion, please. Court is calling 2024 CR 5319, State of Texas versus Amanda Champion. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense,
Roberto Ambrosino?
are you Miss Champion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
I believe so.
And did you review it with your client?
I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Probation, there's no application. Miss Champion?
You're on the record.
Ms. Champion, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes.
Ms. Champion, did you review the court admonishments?
Yes, Your Honor.
And with your attorney, did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with fraudulent use or possession of identifying information less than 5 items as a state jail felony?
Yes, Your Honor.
Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in a state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Ms. Champion, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 1 year in the state jail facility. There are no applications. This will run concurrent with federal case number 94725-280. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign it in both
Yes,
places?
ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have not.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
No objection.
All right. And state, I didn't see it in your plea bargaining agreement. But are there any restitution items?
No, Judge, when you read these, you'll understand that as far as I'm aware.
All right, thank you. You may be excused. Ms. Champion, did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Mostly not, Your Honor. She was sentenced in a federal case that, it's my understanding that she probably will not get out until April. She does have the possibility, though, of going to a halfway house on that case. There was some paperwork in the court's file that I think came from the federal court, showing that she's essentially been continuously incarcerated since the offense date of this case. So I think she does have enough time to satisfy the judgment based on the documentation that's within the court's file.
All right, so what I can tell you in regards to that, sometimes the state jail facility, whether you have credit for time served and it's a judgment satisfied or not, they still will transfer you to be processed there. I have no control over that. That's their system. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility. This is run concurrent with federal case number 94725-280. Does her sister want to have any contact with her? I'm going to help your sister out because sometimes family doesn't want to say it. I'm going to say there's to be no contact with Valerie Champion. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have you had any, we're off the record. Have you had any contact with your sister?
Yes, and I have apologized for my irrational bad behavior, and like a wonderful little sister, she forgave me. So we do have contact, but
You know, sometimes mom will tell siblings, you all need to forgive each other. But that's a hard thing to do. You know, when you steal somebody's identity, it is so rough on the person that you stole the identity from, because they have to remember every identifying information they had. Remember to call people. Sometimes you have credit cards that you haven't used in forever. And then the next thing you know, you're getting a credit card in the bill, you know, in the mail from some department store. And you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to cancel that card. So it's rough. So did that eyebrow tattoo hurt?
no, Your Honor.
Oh, I think it does. That's right above the eye. And who is Joshua?
Nobody now.
See, you should only, if you're going to tattoo a name on your body, always say your own name or either your mom or your children, because you're supposed to love them no matter what. All right, good luck to you. If there's an issue when you come out of prison, you can't find a place for rehab and you need that, if I'm here, you can always come back here and I'll find a place for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you. All right, bye. Are we ready on Emil Sanchez? This is the one with the interpreter. All right, thank you. All right.
Ok, vas a ser su intérprete, lo único que digo que siempre trabajo, siempre la veo.
All right, so my understanding, he's not a citizen.
Correct.
All right, today's plea deadline date.
But we don't have an offer. It was a discovery issue. And and the DA is going to request his investigator to get a little bit more discovery. We do not have an offer yet,
What's the discovery issue?
I request our investigator to get title to the vehicle. I don't believe he ever responded to us. I know we go out this morning. Additionally, defense did provide documentation of the vehicle, which were.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set this for a plea deadline date in 45 days. And counsel, you'll need to speak with immigration. If he's appointed, ask the MAC to appoint an immigration attorney for you.
cautionary. October 7th.
All right, we'll be back on October 7th.
Thank
And-
you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And that would be your plea deadline date. Mr. Sanchez.
May I speak?
Uh,
No.
well, if you want to speak to me about the facts of your case, then that's something you're probably best discussing with your attorney and not the court at this process or this stage of the process. Facts usually don't come to me unless somebody wants a bond reduction or is there some motion that requires evidence to be taken. So knowing those things, do you still wish to speak to the court?
No, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
You can have a seat. And you can just have his email address on there so he can get notifications. No, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Judge.
Bye-bye. Number, what page is he on?
He's on page 4, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, who's here on Julio Smith?
Yeah, I'll have to make it back.
All right, that's gonna come back in the afternoon. J. Angel Juarez. Okay, so what are we here for today? Restitution here?
Restitution, Your Honor, we set to try and get some information on the insurance. The state has some information, but not everything that we need. I'll let them explain.
All right, so do y'all need more time?
Yeah, I need to find out. Apparently she has a policy, but we don't know what the deductibles or anything on it. So
All right, how much time are you all asking for?
it'll be up to the state, how much time they need.
State, how much time do you need?
I'm not aware that we need any more time, Your Honor. I think we have all the information we need.
Well, you said she had a policy. That's what she said.
Right, she had a policy. She chose not to pursue a claim for that policy, rather through Mr. Juarez's policy, which was denied. So now she can have the damages to her vehicle paid out of pocket, and Mr. Juarez should pay those.
All right, so do we have any documentation as far as receipts to show that she paid out of pocket?
She hasn't
paid.
actually gotten the damages fixed. So we know roughly how much they would be because she received the damages estimate.
You know, I still think it's important to find out what her policy covered, or she would be responsible for any deductible.
All right, so here's the thing. If somebody has, if you all want to bring me some case law that says something differently, of course, I'll entertain it. If somebody has insurance for her vehicle and there's an accident and it's not their fault, and they decide they don't want to use their insurance company to pay for it, they want the other party's insurance company to pay for it. And if that insurance company for the party at fault doesn't pay, that doesn't mean that the person who's not responsible then has to go to their policy. It's everybody's choice whether they use their insurance or not. So if you all have case law for me that says that if somebody is not at fault and they choose not to use their insurance company, then somebody's only responsible for a deductible, I will entertain that. But according to my understanding of the law, that's not the case. People can use their insurance or not. If they don't want to use their insurance, whoever's at fault, they need to pay them. So I'm not going to be doing this thing. He's only responsible for the deductible. So I'm going to reset it. And this will be the last setting for restitution. And if anybody want to call witnesses, I need witnesses. If somebody wants to call witnesses about what she is supposed to pay to get whatever she needs done repaired, then we can bring that person in who's saying, I am going to charge her A, B, and C for whatever needs to be repaired. This is how much it's going to cost. Then the court will hear that. So state, how much time do you need to have that witness in? And both parties agreed that the parties could appear by Zoom.
Right. Your Honor, I'll probably need a couple weeks to do legal research because I might be in trial next week.
All right, so we'll do it for 2 weeks and then state, I do know that you all have said that she submitted documentation from a company.
That's what the
Experts.
Yes. So defense, are you going to have any objection to the state just entering those documents, or you want someone here from collision experts?
If they could be available by Zoom, I would be fine with that. I don't have to have in person.
All right, so state, if you'll have them present by Zoom, then the court can take up this matter. Otherwise, I mean, it's a restitution here and I'll need witnesses unless people are going to stipulate to this is what collision experts will say if they were here and we're in agreement that that's how much collision experts is saying will take to repair a vehicle.
The other option I would accept, Your Honor, they have submitted a bill. If they could submit photographs that back up the bill and show the damage to the car, then that would probably be okay.
Well, may I respond?
Yes.
As far as I understand, it's not a bill, it is.
It's one
Yes.
estimate, yeah.
And
Oh, and here's the thing, I'm not going to require her to go get 3 and 4 estimates.
Well, that's fine, Your Honor.
Yes.
I understand that. I'm just saying if they could provide that, at least, that shows the damage and then lists what they're doing and shows the damage, then that would be probably sufficient for me, Your Honor. It wouldn't have to.
And, Your Honor, the damages that would be repaired are listed on the estimate. Right.
Okay. All right, so do y'all need 2 weeks?
It sounds fine to me, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, restitution hearing in 2 weeks, please.
Judge, can I put that one for September 12th?
All right, September 12th. All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Judge, Mr. Young. Yeah, did you get it? Oh, did they come?
No, he's never been in the break here. I never been.
Why?
Oh, okay. Well, they need to change.
Yes.
Yeah, bro, Sean?
No, not right now. I'm calling people in the order of appearance.
Oh, okay.
Who's here on Julio Smith? Julio Smith. Where's Mr. Smith? Come down.
Right there.
What's happening with this case? Where are we on discovery?
Well, this is the first setting, Judge.
All right, so where are we on discovery?
Discovery, I haven't reviewed it with my client. So received some of it, not all of it.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset for discovery on, I'm sorry, when?
September 23rd.
All right, we'll be back on September 23rd for discovery. All right, thank you. Who is here on Ryan Roman Valdez? And this is the last case we're taking up before lunch. Court is calling 2024 CR 007-137, State of Texas versus Ryan Roman Valdez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Stephen
Defense.
Harquist for Mr. Valdez.
And are you Mr. Valdez? Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
I have, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Valdez, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your
Did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of burglary of a habitation
Yes, Your Honor.
with intent to commit assault? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor, we've discussed them.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Valdez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state recommends deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Did you review the waiver of appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There be no contact with the complainant, and that there be restitution to the complainant. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Be guilty, Your Honor.
State, any evidence? Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
State, have you spoken to the complainant? And they're aware of this agreement?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You may be excused. Mr. Valdez, did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, we would waive the PSI and ask
Alright.
the court to follow the state's recommendation, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Valdez, what is your issue?
My issue, I had gotten cheated on 3 years ago. And during this time, for what I was accused, my burglary of habitation.
Wait a minute, I can't hear you.
I'm
What?
sorry. The allegations that what I'm being charged with, she had said she wanted to be back together. We were still married at the time.
So why are you removing an AC unit from your child's bedroom?
During that, I was impaired under alcohol.
Mhm.
And I'm honest about that. And during the whole thing, I could recollect a little bit. What I remember is that I didn't go straight to her bedroom. We had a conversation in the living room. And then that's when I found that there was another man inside her bedroom. And he confronted me and asked who I was. So therefore, that's what I said. I'm her husband. He freaked out and said, I didn't know you were married. So then he said he was leaving and he confronted me. And then that's when we started getting into a fight.
So how did she end up getting beat up?
She started stopping me and getting on my back.
Mhm.
That's what I'm.
So you drove to the location?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
So you were drunk and you drove to a location?
Ma'am, I did.
I can't believe anybody would want to speak with you while you're intoxicated and say, let's get back together.
No. This is days before, weeks before I was going to the house, 3 weeks in a row, 4 weeks in a row, and speaking with her because she wanted to work things out with me.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
And then, so why would you show up at her home intoxicated? That doesn't make sense to me. If you're trying to get back together with somebody.
We were talking and texting during that day, and then out of nowhere, it was just no contact, and it just wasn't normal for her. And she was already accusing me that I was cheating on her and stuff like that.
So I don't understand how that translates into you getting intoxicated and going over to the house.
I was already intoxicated, and I don't know why I went over there.
All right. Well, your relationship with her is over.
Yes, ma'am.
Do y'all have children together?
Yes, we do.
What are their ages?
My son Roman Valdez is 8 years old. My daughter Zoe Valdez is 4 years old.
All right. So you all are going to have to make arrangements. Is your mother?
Those arrangements are in place already.
All
We're on
right.
it.
So there's to be no contact with her. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And here's just some side advice from me that I'm sure your attorney will tell you about. Even though there's a third party who's going to be doing the custody exchange, it's best if you have a significant other that they're not a part of the custody exchange. That always causes problems. You understand? All right. The court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. Is CPS involved or no?
No, they weren't, Your Honor.
There's
And they're divorced now.
All right. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be restitution, if any, to the complainant. There's to be no contact with the complainant. And also there's to be no contact with Isaac Silva. There should be proof of employment within 30 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to want a TAP evaluation, follow recommendations. That can be out of custody. If they're recommending inpatient treatment, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment through probation. I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. Field visits, 1 time per month for 3 months. Then at probation's discretion. 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once that's complete, community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence. I'm sorry, probation, anger management. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you in this court. If there's an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, then come back to court and we'll see what's going on. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah, this-
All right, we're gonna take a break. Yeah, if I can hold on to this file, I need to put things in the system. All right, Maria, we're going on break.